Thank you. Moving on to resolution number 9. I believe we're on resolution number 9. Resolution number 9 is a resolution to approve a bond for Gibson County Clerk and Master Shauna Smith. Do I hear a motion on resolution number 9? Motion made by Commissioner Morgan, seconded by Commissioner Steele. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes?
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert?
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham?
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes?
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire?
Yes.
Commissioner Carr?
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin?
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan?
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron?
Yes.
Commissioner Summers?
Yes.
Commissioner Cole?
Yes.
Commissioner Nance? Commissioner Locke?
Yes.
Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen?
Yes.
Commissioner Middleton?
Yes.
Commissioner Pilgrim?
Yes.
Commissioner Steele?
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin?
Yes.
Commissioner Chip?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Resolution number 10 is a resolution to appropriate funds to update computer software for Gibson County Juvenile Court. Do we have anybody here at Juvenile Court? I can speak to this resolution. Back about a month ago, Susan Featherston contacted me, and I can attest that to use the term antiquated wouldn't really be accurate. I mean, it's, they're running Commodore 64s, probably. That would be the best way to describe how antiquated their software really is. Well, Susan contacted me, and a vendor contacted me also, and asked me to sign a letter of agreement to purchase the software, which I did. Doesn't mean anything till you guys set the money up, and I told them that. But they were able to lock in 2014 pricing on that, so it's my understanding that they're going to have it this coming year anyway, so we're looking to save a little bit of money by setting it up now. So that's kind of the history of that. There's no doubt that they do need this upgrade. Do I hear a motion on resolution number 10? Motion made by Commissioner Summers, seconded by Commissioner Tubbs. Is there any further discussion? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes?
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert?
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham?
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes?
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire?
Yes.
Commissioner Carr?
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin?
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan?
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron?
Yes.
Commissioner Summers?
Yes.
Commissioner Cole?
Yes.
Commissioner Nance?
Yes.
Commissioner Locke?
Yes.
Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen?
Yes.
Commissioner Littleton?
Yes.
Commissioner Pilgrim?
Yes.
Commissioner Steele?
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin?
Yes.
Commissioner Childress?
Yes.
22 yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Resolution number 11 is our annual resolution for the trustee's office to approve compensation of delinquent tax attorney. We hear a motion on resolution number 11. Motion made by Commissioner Macklin, seconded by Commissioner Cameron. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. The ayes have it. Resolution number 12 is a resolution to appropriate additional funds for gravel and stone at the Highway Department. Do I hear a motion on resolution number 12? Motion made by Commissioner Morgan, seconded by Commissioner Littleton. Any discussion?
That third paragraph there, that says we're at storms in June this year. Does that not be changed to last year? That word, after word June there.
Yeah,
We haven't got this year yet.
I'm assuming they're referring to this budget year, but would you like to make a motion to amend it?
Well, it just says, I read that, it says we're at storms in June this year. We're not in the, we haven't had the storm in June this year yet.
I think when we filed December 23rd, 2014.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, when it was filed in December, they were
Okay.
written right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Any further discussion on resolution number 12? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes?
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert?
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Littleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Pella,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin,
Yes.
Commissioner Chip.
Motion carries, thank you. Resolution number 13 is a resolution to approve our county road list and changes annually. It's our annual road list. And then when I first got this packet, I thought we got a million resolutions to go through today. About 50 of them's a road list. Do I hear a motion on resolution number 13? Motion made by Commissioner Summers and seconded by Commissioner Longmire. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed, like sign. Is that all of our resolutions? I believe it is. We're gonna move along and get into our reports. At this time, I'd like to call on Mr. Floyd Flippin to offer a report on pending lawsuits.
I have two matters to report on. First deals with the request for pay for former Sheriff Chuck Arnold, Chief Deputy Jeff Maitland. There are two others as well. We have been instructed, not only by you all, but by the Comptroller's Office, not to pay any claim that's submitted until they have reviewed it. We've been waiting on that documentation, which we don't have, but this past week I ran into Jackson attorney Mark Donahoe, who indicated to me he would be representing Chuck Arnold and also Jeff Maitland, and that he had on his desk the material for Chuck Arnold's claim and would be submitting that to me. And immediately upon receiving it, we will submit it to the Comptroller's Office. Neither the mayor, nor I, nor Anita, nor Greg will participate in the review of that. That will all be done by the Comptroller's Office, who will then make a recommendation to the county mayor about what to do with it, and of course then it'll come back to you guys. But we will not, repeat, not pay it until two things are done. One, the Comptroller's Office has reviewed it in detail and made its recommendation, and the second thing, that y'all vote on it. So
What about the other two employees?
I don't know, Mark didn't tell me that he represented them, but we have not received any documentation from them either. And if I'm wrong, Mayor, we haven't received anything.
No, I have not.
Lenita, Greg? Okay, so no. And I didn't know that Mark represented them until just this last week. Okay, so that's the report there. Any questions about that? I mean, this body's been pretty consistent in letting both the mayor and me know that you all want to receive the report from them, and that's what we'll do. Plus, again, we've been told to do that by them. All right, the second thing is Mary Williams versus Gibson County EMS. You all will recall that the trial court dismissed her claims for discrimination and retaliatory discharge. Found that Starr and Arnold and her group had done everything appropriately, and Ms. Williams has appealed that decision to the Court of Appeals, and so that will take several months, and we're optimistic that we did things the right way, and I'll report back to you as soon as we get a decision from them. Third thing, not really on the report here, but I think that I heard you all loud and clear, I know the mayor did, that you would love to see a policy on leave and comp time be universal among the department heads, and that's an effort that I know the mayor believes we should do as well. So I know he's committed to trying to get that, and we'll report back March on how that's worked out. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Floyd, for that report. Do I hear a motion to approve this report? Motion made by Commissioner Smith and seconded by Commissioner Edgar. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed, like sign. At this time, I'd like to call on Chairman Leo Kimmery to offer a report from the Correctional Complex Committee.
Thank you, good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to report the Correctional Complex
committee did meet this past Monday, January the 5th, down at the complex. 5 members of the committee were present with Commissioner Leon was sick. We're so glad to see you back today, Commissioner. We met along with the Sheriff Thomas, Jail Administrator Sherry Smith, Chief Danny Lewis, and Captain Gray. Some statistics for November and December of the past year. Out-of-county trips, we did about 14 trips for 2,222 miles. December did 7 trips out of county for 1,600 miles. Patrol in the county in November, deputies patrolled about 34,581 miles. December, 30,466. Business checks, 771 for November, 777 for December. The inmates to taken to different courts, 84 to Trenton in November, 37 in December. Humboldt Court, we carried 73 inmates in November, 38 in December. The average number of inmates down at the jail is running about 220. Go fluctuates up and down, but that is the average for the last 2 months, with about 190 males and 30 females. We have around 100 state inmates in the jail at all the times. The state keeps us behind on the payments that we receive for housing these inmates, but the last 2 that we had received was for $107,000 and $448 in October, and $111,222 in November. Fees has been turned into the trustee's office from the sheriff's department and the jail, like commissary, the booking fees, inmate telephone usage, background checks, etc. were $8,611.78 for November, and $11,001.33 for December, with about $3,027 was insurance recovery on one of the cars, which you passed the resolution to transfer that earlier. The budget was discussed, and with 50% of the year gone and 50% of this year remaining, most all the items are line items are right on track. However, in the gasoline line, we've only used 38%. 62% amount of that line item left, and with overtime, we have only used 27%, and so they're in real good shape on most all the items in the budget. Sheriff Thomas stated that he has purchased 2 used patrol cars for a total of $31,000 that are ready to go. All we have to do is just install our radios for this county. He has plans to sell a surplus vehicle to the city of Gibson for $5,000, which the committee did approve. He's also writing a bid for the purchase of a prisoner transport van to keep all these cars from going to Humboldt 3 or 4 times a week, or however they go, so many cars. Take them all at one time in a prisoner transport van. We also, they're working down there to get an inventory or try to get a handle on all the surplus vehicles that we found, and try to figure out what's been seized, what's been confiscated, what is surplus, what's wrecked, what's not, and to try to have a sale and sell these vehicles and put this money back into the department down there where we can use to buy the transport van. Last meeting, we approved the hydraulic sewage grinder. It's to be installed by the end of this month, we hope. We approved the purchase of a drug dog, and this should be in the county by the end of this month, hopefully also. The kiosk system will be installed soon. You voted this morning to let the mayor sign the contract. On the telephone system, the sheriff's still negotiating with several companies for the inmate telephone system. One pod in the remodeled part of the jail has been repaired and can be used in case of emergency. Right now, they don't have the manpower to keep it open all the time, but it can be used if need be. This was all done in-house with labor from down there, and using parts and building materials from there. We are also studying the repair and how much it's gonna cost to upgrade the computer and the tower control systems that we were working on at the same time last meeting. The need for additional manpower and the safety issues for the county and how to provide this manpower was also discussed. Staff is looking at ways to cut costs and trying to spend the taxpayer money wisely. I think you saw in the paper where the Sheriff's Department offered to take people home on New Year's Eve. Sheriff Thomas did report that 8 impaired drivers did take advantage of being driven home on New Year's Eve. And it's cut down, it's 8 people that weren't able to drive and didn't get stopped for DUI and taken to jail and got them off the roads. We also talked about the rewards program that he had been initiated for the inmates down there for good behavior and also for the educational program he's offering. This seems to be paying off as they've had very few incidents with the inmates, and several inmates have taken advantage of the different educational programs he's offered. He also reported the State Controller's Office is still doing an audit in the office, and this will be continued in, as Mr. Flippin said, this is ongoing. That's my report. Any questions anybody might have? Did I leave anything out, committee members? Sheriff? Oh yeah, he is still working on a policy and procedure manual, and be along with y'all, and probably tighter than yours, I believe.
I would like to say, me being a committee member, we talked about the amount of deputies that Sheriff Thomas has. I was a little bit surprised at how many people he's got working the roads every day, and it's not very many. And we're gonna look at that this next year, try to see if we can get him at least a couple more deputies there. It's unbelievable. What he's doing was just 2 or 3 out there in a 600 square mile county.
Yeah, we're way short on that, and he's looking at ways to hire some deputies without increasing the budget. There's some items there that we can switch around. Any other comments or questions?
Any further questions?
Did y'all get those money cameras fixed that you were working on, those cameras? Get the cameras fixed where you could monitor people?
No, they've installed several new cameras, and they've got that pretty much up to date, and that's pretty much been fixed to where all the cameras are operational now. That's my understanding.
That's correct. Initially there was 12 that were out, and we replaced all those, got all those back working. We had one just the other day go out, a different one, but it's been taken care of as well. But all the initial ones have been repaired.
Any further questions for Commissioner Cameron? Commissioner Cameron, we appreciate that report. Do I hear a motion to approve Commissioner Cameron's report? Motion made by Commissioner Summers, seconded by Commissioner Morgan. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed, like sign. This time I'd like to call on Commissioner Keith Steele to offer a report from the EMS Public Safety Committee, please. For the month of November, we had 462 emergency calls and 582 non-emergency calls for a total of 1,044 calls. In the month of December, we had 508 non-emergency calls, and 616 non-emergency calls for a total of 1,124 calls. Star is not able to be here today. She had to leave, but she compiled some information for the total for calendar year 2014 from January to December 31st. And the total calls the ambulance authority made last year was 11,615 total calls. Of them calls, emergency calls was 5,261. The non-emergency calls was 6,354. The non-emergency calls were 45% of the calls, and the emergency calls was 45%, and the non-emergency calls was 55%. Of all them calls, 5,904 of them, 51% of them left Gibson County to Jackson, Madison County, or to regional hospitals.
or somewhere else. So, being that we've lost several of our hospitals, which we can do nothing about, a lot of our emergency calls are leaving county now. For the month of November, we took in $186,508.70. For the month of December, we took in $224,029.34. For the total for the year so far, we got $1,314,455.99 collected. To date, on January, up to January 7th, we've got $106,000 and $329. We had been running a little behind, or had an employee retire or leave, and we was behind on sending out some of our billing. But she's got that all caught up now, and the money's beginning to come in better. So if anybody has any questions.
Any questions for Commissioner Steele? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve this report. Motion made by Commissioner Tubbs, second by Commissioner Little. All those in favor, roll by saying aye. Aye. And opposed, like sign. Is Mr. Lockard here to give a report? This time I'd like to call on Mr. Robert Lockard to call for a report from the airport board.
Good morning.
Littleton.
For November, hangar rent was $4,625. Aid gas was sold 454 gallons for $2,341.29. So net, no jet fuel, 6 quarts of oil 50/50 for a total of $7,179. December, hangar rent was $4,175. Aid gas was sold 282 gallons for $1,454. Jet aid 2.37 gallons for $11.02 for a total of $56, $55, $52. Of course, bad weather in November and December was terrible for airport business because cloudy, rainy. Everybody knows we've been living through it. But everything's on track. The airport looks good. The state come in and inspected the blacktops. That are blacktops is in excellent condition for the age. We do have trees to trim as usual, but that's an ongoing thing every year. So everything is right on schedule.
Did we ever get those beacons working?
We still have, we're holding off until a little later, later in the spring, I guess, earlier in the spring, I'd say, yes. This time of year, it's just too hard to do because the wind's blowing so hard. The beacon is ready. It's ready to ship. It's been built. We had to wait on it to be built, and that was a delay in that. But we decided because of weather, this time of year, it's better just to wait until we get on up March, April, and we'll get it up then. Be safer for everybody, just be better. Any other questions? That's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you for that report, Mr. Lockard. This time I'd like to entertain a motion to approve his report. Motion made by Commissioner Morgan, seconded by Commissioner Kimbrey. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed, like sign. At this time, I'd like to call on Commissioner Robin Summers to offer a report from the Fire, Rescue, and Emergency Management Committee.
Mayor, our committee did not meet this past, since last meeting. We don't have a report to offer at this time. Unless Ricky had to leave. Brian, you got anything you need to bring up? If not, we don't have a report to offer, sir.
No, sir. I appreciate all y'all's support last year. We ended the year with 951 calls. That was up over 300 calls the year before. We're trying to get another first responder training class to get some more medical responders on the street. Y'all can, any questions about my report, I'll be glad to answer or anything.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Summers. It's not on the agenda, but we have, during the recess, we had a quick meeting of the Delinquent Tax Committee. At this time, I'd like to call on Commissioner Leon Smith to offer a report on their actions.
The committee met during break. We have 5 properties that were bidded on. The purpose of the committee is to try to get these properties back on the tax roll. So on 17th Avenue in Humboldt, it's 5.95 acre plot. It's mostly, I've been told it's mostly swampy, sort of in a V-like shape. Anyway, the Tommy Edmonds has bid $200 on that, on 17th Avenue. We have one in Frog Jump on Alamo Highway.
Lord.
Johnny Button has bid $100 on that one. That is just 1 acre or less. On Edwards Road, we have David Prince has bid $1,500 on this property. It's a 1.7 acres, but the problem is that the person that's living in the house is still there. So if he's approved, if this bid is approved, then he'll have to do the, he'll have to get the people out and serve them and all that. So the county won't be involved in that. He will if he buys it. All right, we have two properties out on Diamond Oaks Golf Course. The problem here is that the lots, nobody's cutting them. And they really need to be sold. They're bugging on the county mayor's office and trying to get these things cut, and nobody's taking care of them at all. One of them is, both of them were bidded on by David Prince, one for $500 on Grave Lane, and the other lot is on Justin Cove. The same person, David Prince, paid $500 for that. We got 5 pieces of property, and the committee voted unanimously to sell this. After you accept the bids, then she has to put it in the paper, and it'll have to be, you'll have to wait 10 days to see if anybody wants to up these bids before they're actually sold. Is that right, Linda? Well, that'll be right. That's my report.
We appreciate your report. Does anybody have any further questions for Commissioner Smith? If not, I entertain a motion to approve his report. Motion made by Commissioner Summers, seconded by Commissioner Morgan. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed likewise. Thank you. We have 3 positions to fill on the Agriculture Committee, 2-year terms. We thank Mr. Jerry Hill for his service on that committee for 3 terms. And the 3 nominees are Mr. William Sow for Medina, Ms. Amy Lucky, and Commissioner Keith Steele. All those in favor of these appointments, vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed likewise. We appreciate your service on those committees. I smoked my first cigarette with William Sow. Yeah, it's a small world, ain't it? It's a cool menthol. That thing looked a foot long to an 8-year-old boy. We also have a position to be filled by Ms. Julie King. All those in favor of this appointment, vote by saying aye. And opposed likewise. Do we have any further motions?
Mayor, I have a motion. In December, I think all the commissioners got a letter from Red River Waste Solutions asking for permission, I guess, to service the rural residents for their garbage pickup. I followed up and called this gentleman, and his letter indicates that they've been in operation since 1953. They operate in 7 states, and they take care of local business in Tennessee and Obion County. I asked him both of us, why did he write the letter? Because I would assume that there was some regulation or state regulation involved in being able to do trash collection, and he indicated to me that he was just doing this by way of ethics. He wanted our blessing before coming into this county. And we talked a little bit about the operations that he does, and if he were permitted to come into the county, would he be competitive? I know personally that I paid approximately $70 to Republic to pick up my waste. I'm a rural resident, and he indicated that he thought that their numbers would be somewhere in the $40 range, and all he's asking for is permission to send letters to rural residents and offer the service, and then the resident obviously can choose whether they want Red River or whether they want Republic or somebody else to pick up their particular trash. So I would like to move that Red River Waste Solutions LP be allowed a non-exclusive opportunity to operate in Gibson County for waste collection and disposal for rural residents.
Tommy, would you like to come forward and kind of expand on that a little bit? I know you've been heavily involved with this process. We actually discussed this at our last regional solid waste board meeting, and I've asked Mr. Thomas to put together some information for us.
Yes, I also received a letter, and this person you talked to is Mike Carey. He's a friend of mine, used to be the solid waste director in O'Brien County. They have gotten the city of Union City now, and I think they've also just got a contract with the city of Newburgh. We had a contract with Republic. It should have ran out. It was a 5-year contract. It was over last year. It's up right now. This will have to be approved by the regional solid waste board before, which would be no problem. The main thing we want to watch is, I've had some other private haulers call that want to do this, and you don't know exactly where it's going, what landfill it's going to. It has to go to an approved landfill, which they are. I know the landfill that they're using, they're not using Northwest, but they're using the one out of Richland. I asked him to send us a price, and as of yet, I have not gotten a price. I know they have done some advertising, and some of the people I've heard said like $15 a month is what they charge. I know they're a lot cheaper on some of the industrial, where they're taking in the roll-offs. They have been cheaper on that. I feel like it is a good thing. I think, it's going to be hard for people to spot, because it's one good thing about it in our county. The county is not involved with it. This is an individual contract with your waste hauler. And to get the best price for the citizens, I think this is a good thing for them, to come in and offer these services. Our regional board will meet again in March. This will be brought up there. It's down, I see what he asked. He wanted the mayor to sign a letter that they could come in, and Mayor Westbourne wanted to wait till he could see some prices before he did anything like this.
So when you approve them, it'll be an exclusive contract with them?
No,
In other words, the two can't
we
compete?
don't want an exclusive contract. We want to let whoever can offer the best price. But we have to have one higher level of service for the county. That's something that's a state mandate, so we have a higher level. And that's what we had an agreement with Barker Brothers to furnish that service. And now we can have another. Thank you. Any more questions?
You said that the Barker Brothers, whoever ran out last year, has that been re-signed, or is that?
No,
in
it
process?
has not been re-signed.
That's Republic now.
It's Republic now. Jimmy Tate, who was with the field office and environmental field office in Jackson, is working with Republic at this time. And I know he has come by several times wanting to, but I don't think we should sign a contract of exclusive service with anyone. I feel like this way we can get a better price. I believe the company's okay, because the city of Union City, they have gone with them, and my understanding was that Barker Brothers, or Republic now, came back and wanted to offer them pretty close to the same deal, and they elected to go with the one that was on that day.
I have spoke with some residents of Dyer County who have swapped in the rural areas, just residential cans, and the Red River's almost half price.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we're gonna have to address that in Dyer County too. They are, offering the services there, and I don't think there's been any problem as far as those of them. See, Brian Barker is not with the public anymore, so after,
So could you repeat your original motion, please, Commissioner Hughes?
Yes, let me clarify my motion. All right, my motion is that we give Red River Waste Solutions LP a non-exclusive opportunity to operate in this county for waste collection and disposal for rural residents upon approval from the Solid Waste Board.
Upon approval from the Solid Waste Board.
Is that?
Yeah, I think that'd be the way to approach it.
Yes.
Yeah. Motion's been made by Commissioner Hughes, seconded by who? Commissioner Littleton? Everybody seconded. All in favor, open saying aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. Thank y'all. Any further motions? Madam Clerk, I believe we have a list of notaries. Do you have any additions to this list?
No, that's it.
No additions?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, late file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are additions to our list of notaries?
Yes, it is, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let it rip.
Okay. Lakeisha R. Williams, Phil Fry, Mary Aldra, William Jerry Clifton, Paula Collins, Ed Norman, Lydia Wyndham, Christy Lake Blair, Chelsea C. Ratliff, April N. Bowling, Kaylin Miller, Rhonda Cunningham.
You've heard the additions to our list of notary applicants. Do I hear a motion to approve this list? Motion made by Commissioner Steele, seconded by Commissioner Morgan. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes?
Yes.
Commissioner Egley?
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham?
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes?
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire?
Yes.
Commissioner Carr?
Yes.
Commissioner Mackin?
Yeah.
Commissioner Tubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan?
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron?
Yes.
Commissioner Summers?
Yes.
Commissioner Cole?
Yes.
Commissioner Nance? Commissioner Locke? Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith? Commissioner McEwen? Commissioner Littleton?
Yes.
Commissioner Pelham? Commissioner Steele?
yes.
Commissioner Yergin?
Yes.
Commissioner Chile?
Motion carries. Thank you. Any resignations, releasements? All right, we stand adjourned. Thank y'all.